Okay, so tonight what I've got done on Hook is I've started the face. These won't be the eyes. These are just something I'm using as a reference to tell where the eyes are going to be. Right now I'm painstakingly making or cutting these small wooden pieces for the teeth. And honestly, I think this is really going to be worth it to add that kind of realistic sort of look. I've got a bunch of references in here. These are some of my baby teeth. And I've got deer teeth in here and possum teeth. And I'm really, I've been looking at a bunch of teeth, and I think that I really want to go like a more cartoony route like this to kind of give that like puppet look, you know? And let's see, okay, so here, what I've also got done is I've pretty much finished the stilts and the right arm. First off, with the stilts, I mean, the endoskeleton of them is good. I put on these shoes so they're permanent. I fixed the straps. I replaced the buckles on this because the buckles were terrible. I put on this enforcement, and I added this padding. So these are pretty rock solid. I might need to change these a little bit because they're kind of scraping against the ground in a weird way, but that's still yet to be decided. As for the arm, what I've done so far is I've pretty much completed the whole thing. The wrist is a little wobbly, so I might have to make that less loose and more fixed, but we'll see as the time progresses, and then find a way to cover that up with the coat. So yeah, that's the progress for tonight. At least before I start working for tonight, I'm gonna try and pull an all-nighter, but we're gonna see how that goes. That's what the liquid death's for. Anyway, so yeah, right now I'm just gonna be finishing up this teeth, and then trying to move on to the jaw, and then making the hat and the hair and all of that. So that's my progress for tonight. I'll show you in the morning when I'm done. Okay, so this is last night / this morning's progress. I put on this jaw, as you saw, and I put in these cardboard teeth to kind of test out the placement of what the teeth would actually look like before I made them out of wood, because, you know, I think I got this jaw down pretty well, or especially the chin, because I really think that it matches that whatchamacallit, that like weird, extremely protruding chin that Captain Hook has, except to make it a little more skeletonized and creepy. So that's pretty much the only thing I did last night. I'm gonna be carving out the wooden teeth by hand, but that takes a while, so yeah. Okay, so I've pretty much finished putting in the teeth, and everything else really for the, you know, Indo face, I'm calling it. You know, this is the underlayer of the face. I'm probably gonna put some sort of skin-like thing on top of it to get it more realistic. But now what I'm going to be doing is the eyes. The eyes, I feel like, are the important part, because these aren't actually its eyes. It's just what I'm doing there to temporarily get like a view of what it's going to look like more so. So right now I'm going to make some eyes for him, and I'm just going to make this out of either like that stuff that you have in like screens for the windows, or I have some stuff that's specifically made for the eyes, like putting in like cosplay eyes. So I'm going to experiment with those both and kind of see what I can work with. But I definitely know I want them to be solid black with maybe a little dot in the middle as a pupil. Okay, this is it. I am officially finished with the endoskeleton of the mask, or what I'm calling an endoskeleton. I basically got all the key features down. This thing's got a pretty wicked bite, actually. But I've got some elastic in there, some hair ties to really give it that bite and the ability to kind of like feel a little more natural and fill up some empty space, you know. I got these eyes in. They might look like a little see-through, but when I actually put it on, it's really hard to tell that they're see-through, and it just more looks like black abysses, which is exactly what I was going for. You can still really see the, the gas mask, or what I made this out of, on the inside, but on the outside, it's like completely unseeable, which I think is really interesting. Wooden teeth are all done, and so right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on the hook of Hook, aka the most important part, and then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna probably skin everything with this. I'm gonna add some sort of like bandage wrap on top of everything to give everything a similar kind of skin looking puppet feel. So I think that should be pretty cool. So first, the last thing to do with the endoskeleton is the hook, because I got the stilts, the arm, and now the mask. And the rest is just going to be cosmetics. So I still got to do all this. So yeah, good progress.